Nick's the fifth generation. And when I meet with Nick's family, there's always these great stories about the generations of Horweens and how each generation has sort of brought something new to the business.
There also seems to be like a specific set of unique challenges that each generation has to face.
Yeah, like the world changes around your generations. It doesn't seem to care about what generation.
I think that the businesses that keep going, I mean, it's not just that you make good stuff and you've got family members that want to get involved. It's that you're able to adjust what you're making. If you just can make the same thing all the time, I mean, there might always be a market for it, but it might not be enough. So you have to be willing to change up what you're doing, I think.
Yeah, family businesses are tough, dude.
There was some statistic that once you get to the third generation, you've kind of made it, because it's like 99% of businesses fail after the second generation.
I think the third generation is usually the one that screws it up.
Yeah.
I think the third is a failure. Yeah. I mean, I'm the third, and you know, I'm not really failing, but
you're doing good.
You know, it's
everybody else sucks, but you're all right.
Yeah. You know, so yeah, I mean, my grandpa started the business in Saskatchewan in 1931. Primarily, it was ankle boots and stuff like that for farmers and laborers. And then as like the late 40s, 50s hit, they moved out west for the logging boom and sort of adapted what was their ankle height boot into a taller boot. And that basically stemmed all the way till 1970s when we moved to where we are now, which is in Victoria. And, primarily the 80s was my dad's, more of a handoff to my dad. And we got into like the actual the CSA certification and safety stuff and all this. When all of those safety standards got implemented, we sort of had to adapt with it anyways. But my dad was sort of the guy in charge of all that. So it's very, very, very localized to our area, and not just say on Vancouver Island, but just like Lower Mainland or this area of North America. So that's his baby would be industrial footwear. That's his knowledge and that's his like safe space. And then for me, I mean, I don't know if you know how I fit into this. I mean, it's just, a lot of my understanding or a lot of the possibilities that I was sitting on weren't really presented until I went to Japan to understand sort of how they view things differently, probably like 14, 15 years ago, which sort of allowed me to come back and say, hey, wait a minute, what happens if I wanted to do this? I have this factory and I can do all this stuff. Why don't we do this? Why the possibilities are sort of endless. So then from there, it was just, a lot of self-education on all the different elements to it, because previous to that, it was just industrial footwear.